The man who stepped into Angela Merkel's polished, steady leadership is now struggling to keep his coalition government from breaking down. Germany's economy, once Europe's turbocharged engine, is misfiring. But right now, the government feels more like a car that passed the inspection because the mechanic owed someone a favor. But Scholz's leadership looking shaky, it feels like Europe's in a carpool where the driver keeps missing turns. But wait, it gets even more interesting. Or should I say, troubling. Germany's political scene has turned into quite the drama, and at the center of it is Chancellor Olaf Scholz, looking less like a seasoned driver and more like someone who's struggling with manual gears for the first time.
Damen und Herren, ich habe den Bundespräsidenten soeben die Entlassung des Bundesministers der Finanzen gebeten.
The man who stepped into Angela Merkel's polished, steady leadership is now struggling to keep his coalition government from breaking down. And if Merkel was the smooth Mercedes-Benz cruising down the Autobahn, Scholz feels more like an old Volkswagen, sputtering uphill. Now, let's talk about what's going wrong. And trust me, there's plenty. Germany's economy, once Europe's turbocharged engine, is misfiring. Inflation is stuck in overdrive, energy costs have skyrocketed, and businesses are losing steam. And the government? Well, Scholz's coalition of Social Democrats, Greens, and Free Democrats is behaving more like a group of mechanics arguing over whether to use diesel engines, electrical engines, or maybe just walk.
Political chaos has engulfed Germany. Their ruling coalition has collapsed.
The German public is left watching this mess like, hey, aren't you supposed to fix these problems? Here's the kicker. Germany is supposed to be known for its precision. I mean, this is the country that gave us the BMW, the Audi, and the Porsche. But right now, the government feels more like a car that passed the inspection because the mechanic owed someone a favor. People expect efficiency, not this chaotic back and forth that feels like rush hour traffic. And it's not just the economy. Scholz is struggling on the global stage too. His response to the Ukraine war has been slower than a classic Beetle stuck in second gear. Sure, Germany pledged military aid, but it's been so delayed that people are wondering if it's shipped by bicycle. Europe, which usually looks up to Germany for leadership, is starting to think their leader might have accidentally turned on cruise control and walked away. But wait, it gets even more interesting, or should I say, troubling.
Where German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has just lost a confidence vote, a vote, of course, that he called for. And that move now paves the way for elections in February.
At home, far-right parties like the Alternative for Germany are gaining ground.
Alternate for Germany is rising as a far-right option for voters of formerly communist and less prosperous eastern states of Germany.
They're capitalizing on public frustrations about immigration and economic inequality. And they're doing it loud and clear. Scholz's government, meanwhile, looks like a broken sat-nav, confused, directionless, and constantly recalculating. The Germans are used to Oktoberfest levels of order, not a political free-for-all where the beer is warm and the band is off-key. So, what does all of this mean for Europe? Well, Germany is Europe's flagship vehicle, the one everyone counts on to lead. But Scholz's leadership looking shaky, it feels like Europe's in a carpool where the driver keeps missing turns. Between the war in Ukraine, economic stagnation, and climate crises, Europe needs Germany to steer. But instead, it feels like the engine's stalled and everyone's stuck on the side of the road wondering who bought the jumper cables. Now, here's the big question. Can Scholz turn things around? Will he shift gears, find his footing, and take control of this political highway? Or is it destined to be remembered as someone who broke down after Merkel handed him the keys. Germany's next moves will ripple far beyond its borders, affecting Europe and even global politics. Right now, though, it feels like we are all watching a Formula One race where the pit crew forgot to fill the tank. Will Scholz surprise us with a comeback, or is it time for Germany to call roadside assistance? Stick around because this drama is far from over.